guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fifi. It's so nice to have you here. I hope you stay a while. Today we are going to be picking out my November TBR. I didn't pick out a TBR for October because I really just wanted to mood read. I wanted to be able to read whatever I felt like without feeling guilty about not reading from my TBR. But this month I would like to read some specific books, so I hope we are able to choose those books. Okay, so we are going to be picking out from the TBR. I tied it with a red ribbon because obviously November means Christmas. It's not the prettiest thing ever, I won't lie, but you get the gist. Okay, I have some prompts. It looks small, but this is like 30 prompts, so I don't know why it's so like flat, but yeah, we're going to just pick out. We're going to pick 10 books for my TBR this month. I read about 12 to 15 books average every month, so we're going to pick 10 for the TBR because I still want to be able to kind of mood read a little bit, okay, and still read books outside of the ones we pick. So yeah, let's just get started. First book. My hand got it. The first prompt is book with a house on the cover. Okay, so I decided to pick this book. It doesn't necessarily have a house, but it has this like array of windows, and this looks like a, you know, building of sorts, so I think that's going to have to suffice. I've only read one other Lisa Joel book. I read Then She Was Gone, and I pretty much liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars or something, and I've heard a lot about this one as well, so I would really like to read it. In a large house in London's fashionable Chelsea, a baby is awake in her cot, well fed and cared for. She's happily waiting for someone to pick her up. In the kitchen lie 3 decomposing corpses. Close to them is a hastily scrawled note. They've been dead for several days. Who has been looking after the baby, and where did they go? That's crazy. I really like that the font is pretty big as well. So yeah, first book. Second prompt. Book by an author you've never read. I really hope you guys can see this because I don't know. There are lots of books from authors I would like to read that I have never read, but okay. We're going to go with this book, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I've heard so much about this book. Like, a lot of people have been speaking highly of it. I'm pretty sure it's like a fiction, I don't know, literary fiction, I'm not sure, but it says Eleanor Oliphant leads a simple life. She wears the same clothes to work every day, eats the same meal for lunch every day, and buys the same 2 bottles of vodka to drink every weekend. Eleanor Oliphant is happy. Nothing is missing from her carefully timetabled existence, except sometimes everything. So it's just about this girl that thinks she has it all figured out, but you know, in reality she's like missing so much from her life. So yeah, I'm excited to read it. It's a really cute book. The cover is like interestingly, I don't even know what I would call it, but it feels like cardboard, I don't know. But second book down. Third prompt. Book that might make you cry. Book that might make me cry. Book that might make me cry. I think that's going to have to be This Is How You Lose the Time More by Amal El Mota. I've heard so much about this book. It's like a very quick book. It's short, shorter than most books, and people have just said that it's just a nice, easy book to get you in your feels and thinking. I literally have no idea what exactly it's about. I don't even know what genre it is, to be honest, but I think I want to go into it without knowing anything. It just seems like one of those books that I really just want to put myself into it unknowingly and see what comes out of it. So that's going to be the third book for my TBR. I'm going to read the ebook on my iPad as I do. Next prompt. 5-star prediction. 5-star prediction. Let me be honest with you guys, it's very hard for me to give a book 5 stars. I've actually only given one book 5 stars this year. Granted, I had only read 2 books this year prior to September. Granted, I didn't even start reading books until September. So among the like 30 books I've read from September to October, I have only given one book 5 stars, and that was Heartless Hunter by Christine Sicarelli. And so I don't even know where to start with my 5-star prediction because I don't even know what my metrics are at this point. But I think I'm going to go with this book, The Gallows Curse by Karen Maitland. And this is like a historical fiction, 13th century King of England, Pope. Like, it's a church spiritual witchy type of book. I don't want to read the blurb because I kind of want to go into it unknowingly, like I said, but like it's thick as hell, and yeah, I'm just excited to get into it. I've heard about this author, but not too much. It's one of those underrated authors, I think. So I really hope I like this book and enjoy it. The next prompt is a historical fiction, and I literally just picked a historical fiction for the last prompt. Okay, I'm going to go with this book, The Familiars by Stacey Halls. I heard only one person talk about this book and I immediately got it. Again, I don't think I want to read the blurb, but there's still like witchcraft type stuff, something about a pregnancy. Like I don't really know, but it's something about two women trying to save themselves from damnation. I really like the cover. It's so beautiful in my opinion. The font is really nice as well. Those are like huge things that I use to know whether I might enjoy my reading experience when it comes to a physical book. So yeah, that's next book on the TBR. Sixth prompt, a horror. Ooh, I recently read my first Stephen King book, and that was like my first horror book that I've ever read, and it wasn't even like scary. It was just eerie, creepy. I'm interested in reading more horror, but it's not something I'm itching to read. So I think I'm going to go with this book, If There Be Thorns by Virginia Andrews. It's very small, very quick and easy. This would just be a really nice like pace setter for me when it comes to my reading month, and so I'm just excited to get into it. I'm pretty sure it's about like a child that gets possessed. I don't know but I'm excited to check it out. Seventh prompt, a pure romance. Do I have any physical pure romance books? I don't really like romance. I feel like they're just too surface level and cringe sometimes for me. When I was younger, the only books I would read, because that's all my mom would buy for me, were Christian romances, and I really enjoyed those books. I honestly don't even know how I really felt about them. This was all before Wattpad, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I recently found some of the romance books, the Christian romances that I read when I was younger, and I really have been wanting to get into them again and reread them and see how I feel about them as an adult now. And this particular book is one I've been wanting to get into. It's so old, so like used and loved. I don't know how I feel about the cover. It's like, it's ugly but not really, and there's still this sticker. Like it's just very nostalgic to me, to be honest. So I want to see how I feel about Christian romance books in this day and age, because romance books that I've been getting recently, they've just been filled with so much spice and loss. Like there's barely any yearning, barely any like true love and affection being shown. It's just spice, and I don't mess with that. It's just like unnecessary, just uncalled for a lot of the time. But in Christian romances, obviously there's no spice, so I want to see if I like this better than I like actual romance books, because that would really change my perspective a lot. Yeah, this is Becoming Lucy by Martha Rogers. It says in 1896, after her parents' deaths, a 17-year-old heiress, Lucinda Bishop, is sent to Oklahoma to live with her aunt and uncle. But Oklahoma ranch life brings her more than she bargained for when she meets ranch hand Jake Starnes, a drifter who is running from his past. As her friendship with Jake grows, Lucinda faces emotions she has never experienced before. As Jake learns more about God's love for him, he realizes he must face his past and the consequences of his action, even if it means he will lose the girl he loves. Will he be able to get his life together before someone else claims her hand or even her life? Wait, what? Life? Are we killing people here? I'm actually really excited to read it. It's like a quick, easy book, about 297 pages. So like, very nice, quick. Yeah. The next prompt, a memoir. I put this because I've actually been wanting to read so many memoirs, but they just like seem so boring. I'm sorry, like I know this is like people's lives and it's so amazing to be able to write your story like that and so brave, but it's just like I don't know. I could probably go with this book, Spare by Harry Styles. Prince Harry. Spare by Prince Harry. His memoir. And I actually started this book. I think I'm in like page, yeah, okay, so I'm literally in chapter 1. I only read the epilogue. Great, love that for me. I don't know, I just wasn't into it. I also started Finding Me by Viola Davis. I was reading the hard copy, the physical copy, but it was my aunt's own and she had to leave and live with it, so I just decided to stop. But I got like 50% through it and I was actually enjoying it. I actually even cried multiple times reading it, and I got the ebook to continue it, but I just haven't felt like it. So I think I'm actually going to choose that one because I want to finish it and honestly just get it over with. I don't know if I can like actually start this book because this book is huge and the font is like, it's not like the smallest thing ever, to be honest, and the margins are really nice, but I don't think I'm in the mood to read this book. So we're going to go with Finding Me by Viola Davis. That book is actually so beautiful and the way it's written is so beautiful. Her stories are so like beautiful and interesting and honestly saddening, heart-wrenching. Like I said, I cried multiple times just halfway through the book, so I'm not really looking forward to reading the rest of the book because I know I will cry even more. It's just so crazy how much she had to face as a black woman, black girl growing up in America. Y'all are weird as hell in America. Okay, second to the last prompt. I don't know what I was on when I was picking or writing these prompts because like they're all so similar. This is a horror. Wait, did I just pick? I've literally been putting back. Yes, this video is so chaotic, I'm sorry. I literally have been putting back the prompts I already picked. So, like, God. Let's try that together. Oh, part of a series. I'm going to go with the next book in a series that I am currently reading. So I recently read this book in a 24-hour readathon where I focused on fantasy books, which is coming out really soon, so stay tuned for that. It's the first book in the His Dark Materials trilogy and I quite enjoyed it. It was like a 3.75 stars, I think. I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't, it didn't give me exactly everything I needed, but I still enjoyed it. It's YA fantasy adventure vibes, which isn't necessarily my usual thing, but I still enjoyed it. So I would like to read the next book, which is The Subtle Knife, still by Philip Pullman, obviously. And I obviously cannot tell you the synopsis of this book because it will spoil the first book, but like the first book is just this girl Lyra going on a kind of witch hunt for her friend that goes missing. And witch hunt is actually so fitting to use in this scenario because it is said that witches take children for blah blah blah. Like that's all I'm going to tell you. So like yeah, this book is very adventure filled, very like fantasy inclined. They're like bears and armored bears and frozen witches and like multiple worlds apparently. Like it's a lot, but also really good. I think younger people would really enjoy a book like this. It's in the Harry Potter, Percy Jackson realm of books, and yeah, I'm excited to read the second one. Final prompt for the final book on my November TBR. A thriller. I would have really liked to pick this book for the thriller prompt. This is The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, and so many people talk about this book, even the movie. But what they don't tell you or talk about is the fact that this is a series, and this is not the first book in the series. So I got the ebook of the first book in the series called Angels and Demons, and that would be what I choose for this prompt. I do think I will end up reading this book as well if I finish that one because I'm really just interested in reading this one. This is one people talk a lot about. I really could not tell you what these books are about. I just know they're about angels and demons and like things of the unknown and monumental relics that are really impactful, and so bad people are trying to get their hands on them. And then there's this investigator or police officer, I don't know, who just solves the cases. I don't really know. I don't want to read the plot because like there's so much in the blog. Like, why are you literally telling me the entire premise of the book? Like, no thanks. So yeah, I'm excited to read that book and probably this book as well. So these are all the books on my November TBR. I'm actually so excited to read every single one of these books, so stay tuned for reading vlogs. I do plan to film as many reading vlogs as possible. Like I said, I have a 24-hour readathon of reading only fantasy books coming out really soon, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, let me know if you've read any of these books, if you'd like to read any of these books. If you want to just talk about books, please comment, and also hit me up on Instagram. I literally just need friends. If you want to be book besties, like, I'm so here and so down. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.